Ching and it's WIP parade time. This is my WIP parade for the end of 2024, beginning of 2025. So first I'll just say hello, just in case you are new, because I know some people are tend to find people from WIP parades. I'm Emma. Nice to meet you. I live in Southport in the UK, which is a little seaside town. I work full-time in a GP surgery. I'm a manager across a few GP surgeries. I have two little ones. My daughter Iris is 6 and my son Rory is 4. It's just me and them here. And yeah, what else can I tell you? I love stitching. I've stitched from around age 5-ish, I think. My nana and my mum taught me and I've stitched on and off since then. However, pretty solidly since sort of COVID, I would say. So I've got, what is my plan? Let's get my head in the game. So let's think what we're going to do. I'm going to whiz through my finishes from this year. And then we'll dive into the WIPs really. Let me just get my plans in front of me, put them a bit too far away to see. This is not the page I want. Where am I? Here we go. Right, so let's whiz through very quickly everything that I finished in this last year. I'm just going to do this quick. I'm going to mainly put pictures in, and I've got a couple that I can hold up purely because I filmed my last update yesterday and I haven't yet put them away. So we'll do that first. I'm going to get this page to stay open without everything else falling over. Right, let's see how we get on. So we'll whiz through finishes and then we'll just go with the flow. So I finished 15 things last year, which I am quite pleased with, to be honest. Yeah, quite proud of myself. A lot of these were older finishes as well, so I'll get into that at the end. Right, so first thing I finished was Garden Birth Sampler, which was for my niece, and this is by Historical Sampler Company. Next thing I finished was Tortoise Tower by Plum Street Samplers. Then, oh, I've like not turned my notifications off. That's going to annoy me. Anyway, we'll try and ignore that. Right. Next I stitched, what's this called? I just called it Irises. I think it's called Damsels and Dragonflies by Bothy Threads Wrendale Designs. Then I finished Disturbed Women by Lucy Beam. Love this one. Next was Home of a Needleworker 2, I think it was classed as, by Cottage Needleworks. Was it? Should have made better notes. Then I finished Snail House Pumpkin by Forest Embroidery, which looks like this. Then it was Christmas Wreath by the Frosted Pumpkin, which was a huge finish. I'm very glad to get this done. Then was Our Year by Historical Sampler Company. Then it was a big year for Historical Sampler Company for me, apparently. Then it was Deadly Aquarium by Lola. Love this one, probably one of my favourites for the year. Then I finished May Sampler of the Month by Cottage Needleworks. Then another favourite, Quick Stitch Blue Butterfly was a full coverage finish this year. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs and it is by Ching, Chou, Kuik. Then I finished Disney Villains by Happy Sloth. Then Get Set to Go by Historical Sampler Company. Again, love Historical Sampler Company. Then I've got two I can show you. So then I finished Fruits Aplenty by Modern Folk Embroidery, which is huge. Love that one. And then finally, the last thing I finished was Jurrasic Perk by Silver Creek Samplers, which looks like this. So that is all my finishes for 2024. So as I say, 15 finishes. And then I've just broken this down, mainly because I was interested, but so from these finishes, 5 of those were things that I started in 2024 and also finished. Not too bad. 4 of those were from 2023. 2 of those were started in 2022 and 4 were started in 2021. So I'm really, really pleased that I got quite a few of my older WIPs done. Don't get me wrong, there's still plenty more to work on. However, I'm just pleased that I made a dint in like older stuff and didn't just fully focus on new stuff. So hopefully we'll keep that going this year. Right, WIPs. shall we just get going? I'm surrounded by piles of stuff and I feel like they're all going to tumble down if we don't get started soon. Let's sort out all the Flosstube itches before we get started. Am I going to sneeze? Is it going to be a sneeze? Yes, it was, but hopefully I edited that bit out so you didn't need to see that. Right, let's get going then, I think. So, if you've watched my previous WIP parades, I am afraid you will have seen a lot of these before, because as I was going through, I realised how many things I did not work on last year, which is a shame, but it's fine. We're gonna keep tackling older stuff. Don't get me wrong, not everything will get touched this year, but we're working on it. We're working on it. Right, my oldest WIP. I'm going to try and go through these. I've kept them in their bags. I hope I've undone zips. Apologise if I automatically zip things back up. I will try my best not to. Yeah, so we'll go through. I will show you what I can show you pictures wise, and if there's anything missing, I'll pop stuff up. If I have made progress on it since last year, I will try and put a picture in so you can see the progress that I've made. And I'll try and give you the dates that I started on things. I'll be ready. Buckle in. Right. Oldest WIP is Winter Wonderland by Historische Stickmuster. This one I don't have a picture of, so I'll pop that in here. This one is kept in a caterpillar cross stitch bag. And I started this on the 1st of December 2020. I have made progress on this year. Finally, I was determined to make some progress on my oldest WIP. So I'll pop a picture in of where I was last WIP parade. I'm going to do last WIP parade rather than last time you saw it, I think. And this is where I am now. So some of these I have left in nudges because either I'm currently working on them or I thought I might carry on working on them and clearly haven't, but I've left them in anyway. So yes, this is where we're up to on this one. So this is 27.8%, which is 4,457 stitches. Stitching this on 32 count Lucan. So that is project number 1. This will get work this year. I am determined to put work into this year in an aim for a finish. Right, shall I? Right, hang on. Just trying to work out my plan in my head here. I think I'm going to put out stuff I'm working on over there. And then other stuff I'll try and pop back in my WIP basket, which looks like this. Very cute. Oh, I've just made everything fall over. That was an error. Right, it's fine. It's all fine. Right, moving on. Next WIP is Botanical Chessboard by Doodlecraft Designs, which looks like this. Oh, I'm hoping this will really remind me of some old WIPs that I haven't looked at, but I love. And this is one of them. I love this one. So Botanical Blackwork. No, this isn't Botanical Blackwork. This is Botanical Chessboard. And I have not touched this year. I don't know which way around it goes. It's very crinkled, but it looks like this. So this I'm stitching on a 20 count white Ada. I think I'm using, well, the plan was mainly to use the cold for, however, I've swapped this colour out to, oh, it happens to be here. Ah, I was looking for this colour recently, I couldn't find it. I should probably lift it out of here, considering it's not being touched. I'm stitching this middle bit with 3-3-4-6. Shall I take this out? Yes, I will take it out. No, I won't. Yes, I won't. That's a problem for later. Right, that's where we're up to. Not a priority for this year. Will sadly just get shoved back in its bag. Into the basket. Right, next is Botanical Chessboard by Doodlecraft. No, I've just done that one. Did I tell you when I started it? Oh, this is going to be a long day. Right, this was started on the 26th of December 2020, and that concludes our 2020 WIPs. So they're the 2 oldest WIPs by far. Right, next we are on Botanical Blackwork by The Steady Thread. I can't really put a picture in of what this will look like when it's done because there's so many different variations of it. I have not touched this year, but plan on doing so this year. So this is where I'm up to. So basically, I think it's maybe 49 squares, and they'll all have like a different flower design stitched in. So I am regretting doing these shadow boxes, but I think it will look good in the long run. I would like to get some work in on this year. I don't know an exact plan, but I would like to make some progress. And I'm stitching this on an 18 count white Ada, and I am using for the middle this sulky thread in the colour 4082, which looks like this. It's really pretty. So that's that one. Let's fold it up a little bit nicer. Any that are in just really boring bags like this, I won't really bother showing you. I am going to zip some of them up because if I put them back in the basket, they're all going to fall out. Sorry in advance. Right, next one is a full coverage chart. This is Mini Sunflower Cottage by Dona Gelsinger, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I can show you this one. Let's have a look. This one will look like this. So I started this as a stitch along with Stitchman Darcy in 2021 on the 25th of February 2021. Looks like this. Have not touched this year. However, I have a plan for this year. This is in a lovely project bag by Lauren from Stitch Bunny Shop. Very cute. So let's show it you first, and then we'll talk about a plan. Where's this thread going? There's a needle at the bottom. Why is it not on the needle minder? Right, there we go. This is where I'm up to so far. So this is 10.36%, which is 5,840 stitches. So that's where we're up to. I'm stitching this on 25 count Lugana. My plan this year, I would like to get this to at least a third done. So I'd like to get this to at least 33%. I don't know how many stitches that takes me to. My mental maths is not that good. But yeah, I would really, really like to get some progress on this. Darcy and I have agreed we are going to get to at least 33%. He is flying away on this and needs to slow down so that I can catch up, please. So that's why we're up to on this one. Love this one. Very excited to get some work in on it. So, pop that back in there, and let's pop that. No, let's not be too optimistic and get too many things out. Let's pop this away. Right. I need to look after my threads better. There's stuff hanging around all over the place. Right, back in the basket. Right, next one is Colours of Summer by Stitchery. This I have worked on this year. I'll pop a picture in of what this one will look like because I don't have it to hand. And I'll show you where I was last year, which is not very far. And this is where I'm up to now. So this I have as my in-car stitching piece. So I've pulled this one out and it lives in the car near enough. I stitch on this while I'm waiting to pick my daughter up from school, basically. Essentially, I have about 3 days a week where I sit outside school for 20 minutes, half an hour, and get some stitches in, basically. So this is quite a nice one to do that on. I'm working off a paper pattern for this one, so I don't have any numbers to give you, but I think there is 30 squares in total, and we've nearly done 7. So it's coming on, but this I would like to finish this year. I do have the other 3 what are they called, seasons that I would like to do. So I'll probably just, once I finish one, bring the next one out, and that will be my car stitching probably for the rest of the time my kids are at school, let's be honest. But yeah, that's the plan. I would like to do all 4 seasons. So this is summer. We'll see where we get to, but hopefully we can at least finish summer this year. That just lives in a boring bag because we don't want any nice bags to be ruined. Nope, that needs to stay out. Right. Started that on the 20th of March 2021, stitching on 18 count white Ada. We'll get better at this. I feel like I say that every year and I never do. Right, next is Little Bird Quaker by Modern Folk Embroidery. This one I love, and I tell you every year how much I love it. And I love my combination of floss and fabric that I picked, and I'm obsessed with it. Do I ever stitch on it? No, I don't. Am I planning on stitching on it this year? No, but we'll see. Right, no, that's not what I want to show you. What am I looking for? The PDF, there it is. So this is what this will look like when it's done. It's Little Bird Quaker by Modern Folk Embroidery, if I didn't already say. I love this Quaker. I think it's beautiful. Stunning. Why don't I work on it? Who knows? This has the tiniest little start. That is it. Yeah. But how beautiful is the combination? Again, if you've seen me before, I'll tell you every year. So this is a 20 count Ada, I think. I've just put that over my notes. 20 count Ada in Antique Violet is what I got. And I'm stitching this using Classic Colourworks Baby Blanket, which is stunning. How pretty. I should really pull this out and work on it. Maybe I will try and make it a name for this year. At least to like put more than, what, 50 stitches in. I mean, does it even count as a WIP with that little stitches in? I don't know, but I really like it. Started that one on the 24th of April 2021. 2021 was the year that I think that's the year I started Flosstube, and it's just the year that I wanted to just start everything as you do. Okay, number 7 is Victorian Charm by Dimensions. Again, not touched this year. It looks like this. It's beautiful. It's really pretty. I forget how pretty it is. So that's what it looks like. I'm stitching this on an 18 count Ada that came with the kit. And I started this on the 20th of August 2021. Don't know what way up it is. Let's go for that way because that's the way the needle minder's pointing. So it's on a navy fabric, and that's as far as we got to. No plans to pick this up this year. It can stay hiding in its bag. Where is that bit? Let's try and work this out. Oh, it's there. It's like these bits here and the top of this like little flat roof thing. There. Right. As I say, no plans. We'll get shoved back in its bag until this time next year. It'd be nice to work on these things, but you know. Oh, that was a bit of a rustly one. Sorry about that. Right, back in the basket. Next is number 8, Quick Stitch Fairy Monster by Heaven and Earth Designs. Charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, designed by Lisa Victoria. Have not touched this one. Will probably not touch this one again this year. And it looks like this. It's really cute and I really like the colours. Yeah, one day. Started this, did I tell you? Can't remember. 29th of August 2021 on 25 count. I'm actually stitching this in tent stitch, which is I think my only project on tent stitch. No, it's that way. And this is what it looks like so far. If I remember correctly, I mean, it's a while ago since I stitched on this, but if I remember correctly, I was quite enjoying the tent stitch and like how quick it was coming on. So this is 1.42%, 758 stitches. A long way to go. But as I say, not for this year. This evening, a tiny bag scrunched up because that's how much I won't be working with this year. Next is The Stockings Were Hung by Tiny Modernist. I don't think I have a picture to hand, so let's pop one here. This was a stitch along that I started on the 26th of October 2021. And again, I complain every year that I really don't like this fabric. Should probably switch it out. I love the colour of it, I just don't like the feel of it. That's as far as I've got to. The chimney with. I'm stitching this with all the called for, oh sorry, this is 28 count DMC fabric in Air Force Green. I think, yeah, I don't think I'd use DMC fabric again. Yeah. Using all the called for, which I think is a mix of Weeks and Classic Colourworks. There might be some DMC in there as well, but I've kept them in this bag. Again, probably won't be touched this year unless I can force myself to get this out just to see if it really is the fabric that I don't like. Even touching it now, it just feels icky. Don't like it. Should really change that out. Right, next is Noel by Satsuma Street. And every year, I kind of half debate whether I should get rid of this, but then I actually really like it, so I don't want to get rid of it. I'll pop a picture in of where you saw it last, no, I'll pop a picture in of what it'll look like when it's done. what you saw it last time is the same as it is now because I haven't touched it. I don't know what way up this goes. Let's just sort of make some sense of the fabric. This is on 28 count platinum. Started this on the 23rd of November 2021. That's as far as I got. I don't know if that's the right way around. The colours are really pretty on this. And actually, I would like to try and put a little bit of work in this year. We'll see. We'll see how we go with that one. But yes. I think this was the year of start all the Christmas stitch alongs. I got a few done and then 2 just got completely abandoned. Right, next is Nutcracker Village. This is, I think, yep, this is the last of the 2021 starts. And this is a project that I would really like to get some work in on this. So I put it in a lovely project bag. Joe got me this for Christmas and it's wonderful. It's very sturdy and it's festive dinosaurs. My favourite thing. Right, Nutcracker Village. Have I got let's put a picture in of what this one will look like. I haven't touched it this year, but this year, so as you will have seen, it's got a middle panel and then, is it 10 around the outside? It's got 10 different buildings around the outside. I would really, I've put in my notes that I'd really like to get 3 parts finished this year. I think what I'm going to count that as is the middle plus 3 outside ones. That's my goal for this year. So I'm stitching this on 32 count raw silver. Started this on the 24th of December 2021. And that's where we're up to. I need to get better at handling these big fabrics. I just don't know how to do it still. There we go, that's a bit better. So that's where we're up to. So I'm stitching this with all the called for. I think the classic colour works. Yeah. So I need to finish this middle block, which there isn't really much left to do. I've got to finish this tree and I think there's like some maybe detail at the bottom and the top. And then yeah, we just need to get started going round. So that one hopefully will look a little bit different by the time you see it next WIP parade. And one of the main reasons I want to get this done is it's so bulky because I've got all the different patterns and stuff in here. It's got an extra bag in the project bag with all the extra stuff. So that needs to be shrinking over the year is the plan. Right, in you go. Oh, everything's falling over in the basket now as well. Right, that's the first pile done. Let's move around a little bit. Right, this is the one that fell over before. We'll work this out. Right, 2022 starts. So the first one is The Fox by Cottage Garden Samplings. And this looks like this. You've seen this everywhere. Loads of people have done this. It's a year-long series. So I've got 12 of these to stitch. And I think there's been an announcement that there will be more this year, which I'll probably end up needing and not stitching. But, you know how it is. Right, so this I'm stitching on 36 count Picture This Plus Mirage. And I love it. It's very crinkled. The plan was to stitch 3 on this. So if you're unsure, she released 12 of these, 3 per season. And the idea was each 3 would be on its own different fabric to kind of reflect that season. So the first 3 going on this one, and this is the start that I've got to on the Fox. So again, I did not pick that up this year. It's not on my priority list for this year, but I would quite like to get some work in, especially if there's more coming, because I'm already very behind. I mean, I've not even finished 1 out of 12. So if there's going to be another 12, I need to get a move on. Right, let's try and make this a little bit less scrunched up. I mean, I started well, but anyway, right, that can go back in there. Well, that's got some DMC in it as well. You just sort these bags out. Right, next one. So that was started, did I say, on the 2nd of January 2022. The next one was started on the 12th of March 2022, and this is Golden Bees by Forest Embroidery. What do I have that I can show you? No, it's not on there, it's a paper pattern. I'll pop a picture in of this because all I've got is this tiny thing that I don't think you'll be able to see. So let's pop a picture in of this one. This is in a lovely bag from Just Get Stitching in, it's Flower Fairies. I love Flower Fairies. Love this one so much. And she always puts glittery vinyl on. I'm very happy about. Right, have not touched this one this year. And this is as far as I've got. Oh, it's so beautiful though, and dainty. I don't know which way up this goes. Let's go for this way. So this I got as a kit, and so I'm stitching this on the kit fabric, which is a 32 count linen, and that's as far as I've got. Now, I have no immediate plans to stitch this, like no set goal in mind. However, I will go through the proper plans for the year at the end with all mine and Joe from Belushi Stitches. Stitch alongs we've got planned. However, we are planning a bit of an owl forest stitch along, so hopefully this might get a little bit of work then. Watch this space. Right, next is Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. Another one I have not touched this year, and it's all falling out of the bag. Never mind, it's fine, it's fine. Right, so this I started on the 23rd of March 2022. This one looks like this. Everyone will have seen this. It's beautiful and it's massive. Love it so much. I'm stitching this on a 20 count vintage mocha. Where is my start on this fabric? Oh, there it is. And this is where I'm up to. Don't know if that's the right way around, but this is where I'm up to. And this is only 0.35%, which is 268 stitches. It's tiny. I love the colour though. And this I'm stitching with a Mrs. Sadie silk in the colour Midnight, which looks like this. I mean, it looks a mess, but it is in some kind of order, I promise. But yeah, that's what this looks like. Isn't it beautiful? So it's got all like golds and blues and greens and all sorts of pretty colours in there. Love it so much. No plans for the year, obviously, because I mean, I like how I said I really want to start getting some of these older WIPs done, and I have no plans to work on most of them. Right, let me adjust seating. Right, next one I do have plans for. That's good. This is Supernatural by the Witchy Stitcher. I don't have, let's pop a picture in of this one, of what this will look like. So this I started on the 2nd of June 2022. It was a stitch along. Did I get it at the time? I think I did actually purchase this one at the time of stitch along, but fell behind clearly. So this I'm stitching on 20 count vintage mocha, and yeah, this is where we're up to. So I've done 3 and a bit. So I would like to stitch on, I think I want to finish 4 this year, not including that one, so 5 really. So I want to finish this one and do another 4 of these creatures this year, is the plan. So that's that one. Let's see. Right, next one is, we're moving into, I think was my first year of doing Mermania with Joe. So My Little Minnow by Autumn Lane Stitchery. Do we have this? I think we do have a picture of this one. Yes, we do. It looks like this. It's beautiful. I really, really love it. So this I started on the 1st of May 2023. So that was it for 2022. There's not many left for 2022, is there? That's not bad. Right, 2023. My Little Minnow. Autumn Lane Stitchery, stitched on 18 count Chromatic Alchemy Aquilo. No progress put in this year. And this is what it looks like now. This fabric is, that's better. It's a lot brighter than this. So that's where we're up to. It's really pretty. I should, maybe Mermania this year. This might get a little bit of work. I wasn't planning on doing, but we'll see. Oh, there's more colours. I need to sort out these bags. She says, just throwing them out the way. Right, next one is another mermaid start. This is Red Mermaid by RTO, which looks like this. Absolutely stunning. I can't wait to have this finished. Not that I have plans to stitch on it this year, but anyway. Red Mermaid by RTO. I'm stitching this with the kit fabric, which is 14 count. 14 count fabric. It's like a navy blue. And where are we? This is where I got to. Actually, I put more into this than I thought. I mean, I didn't touch it this year, but that's where we're up to. The colours are amazing. This is a real labour of love to work on. It's a lot of blends and there's like half stitches and all sorts of stuff going on. It's tricky. However, the final result, as you saw, is stunning. So yeah, I need to focus on that one at some point, but not this year. So that's that one. Next is Mermaid Garden by the Blue Flower. Now, I never remember to write down what fabric this is, so we'll try and work it out when we get there. So this is this one, Mermaid's Garden, the Blue Flower. I love the Blue Flower. I have so many of their patterns to stitch, and I think this is the only one I've started so far. So yeah, it's lovely. It says, if you have a garden and a library, you have everything you need. And this one, I would like to get some work in on this year because it's only tiny and I feel like I could finish it quite easily. I think this is on 28 count platinum, I would say. And that's where we're up to. So I've done the text and I started on the mermaid. So this one, I think it does call for, it does call for some Gentle Arts, Classic Colourworks and Weeks Dye Works. However, because it was so small, I thought I'm not going to bother. So if I happen to have the fancy floss in stash, I will use it. And if not, I'm just going to use the DMC. That's my plan with this one. So yeah, hopefully we'll get a little bit of work on that one in Mermania this year. Right. Next is in a huge project bag by... I got this from the Floss Friends retreat. Was this Andrea? I can't remember. But the black bag is beautiful and it's got lovely sparkly Ada. So Poltergeist Pirates. I got this as a kit. I say a kit. I didn't get the fabric with the kit. But I got it from Hawkins Hobbies. And it looks like this. Poltergeist Pirates, Glendon Place. I love it so much. It's huge, but absolutely stunning. And there was a few ladies stitching on this at one of the Ladybird retreats, and myself and Joe. And Georgie, I think, from Crafty Rogue Gamer. Is that her name? Yeah, Crafty Rogue Gamer started this. This fabric is like weighty. It's massive. Right, where are we? So this fabric is Creationist Purple. It's a 32 count even weave by Fabric Flair. And I'm not going to unfold the whole thing because, as I said, it's huge, but this is where I'm up to. So this fabric is absolutely stunning. So I've done the moon and I've started on the ship with a little ghosty on the top there. So it does have some, are they called silk lame? Where are we? Yeah, it has some of these like sparkly threads in. So the moon's a bit sparkly. It will have some little buttons to go in places. But yeah. Haven't touched this last year. Don't have immediate plans to start this, but we will carry on with this, but we'll see. Pop that back in there. Right, I've not put these in the basket very well. They're just getting thrown on the top now. Next is the Black Pearl. Oh, I started that one on the 29th of October, 2023. The next one is the Black Pearl by the Witchy Stitcher. I can show you what this one will look like, which is This one. Black Pearl, the Witchy Stitcher. Love this pattern. So I can show you where I was up to last year because I have put a tiny bit of progress in. And this is in a lovely Turtle Bay Stitches bag. Got a lovely bit of Ariel. This is on a 40 count Be Stitch Me fabric. And I haven't put a huge amount in this. Oh, I wrote down. That's very good of me, isn't it? So last year I was on 2.91%, and I'm now on 13.31%, which is 768 stitches. So I'm just using black DMC for this, 310. Yeah, and that's where we're up to with it so far. So it's coming along nicely. I would like to get that one finished this year. Finally, something I would like to work on. So that is the plan, get that one done. Started that one on the 4th of November 2023 for Nautical November. Next is Silver Hoof by Old Forest Embroidery. This one looks like this. It's absolutely stunning. So I bought the Old Forest threads to do this with. Haven't touched it this year. I'm stitching it on a 32 count blue spruce from Zweigart, and this is 4.99%, which is 344 stitches. I don't know which way around it is, but let's go with that. So that's where we're up to. It's a massive crease right down the middle of that one, sorry. Let's try and... No, oh there we go, a little bit better. So, no huge plans for it. However, maybe our Alpha Stitch Along might get me putting a little bit of work into that one. Come on, in you go. Okay, then that was started on the 21st of November 2023. Now we have a final 2023 start, which is a Gecko Rouge design, my first Gecko Rouge kit that I started, and this is Unicorn, Moon and Stars by Lorna Lane, which looks like this. So this is quite a small Gecko Rouge, as geckos go. I mean, it's still massive, but you know, small as they go. I left this one on an edge because obviously I planned on carrying on with it, and I haven't. So I started this one on the 1st of December 2023. Gecko Rouge, you buy things as a kit, so you pick your fabric size and then you get everything that goes with it. So this I've picked 18 count fabric for, and this is as far as I've got. So this is 2.45%, 267 stitches. A long way to go. And this is in a bag from, what are they called? Again, they were at the Floss Friends Retreat. Can't remember, but it's nice. Really cute hedgehogs. Or is this an Andrea one? I don't know. I should pay more attention to where I get my lovely bags from. Right, we can turn the page and start with our 2023. No, what year has it just been? 2024. We can start with our 2024 starts. So this, we're up to WIP number 23, and this is Sans Souci by Long Dog Samplers. So I started this, it was a last minute decision because I wanted to get involved with the Long Dog Leap Year stitch along, which the idea for this is you start a long dog on leap year. So I started this one on the 29th of February 2024 with the aim of getting it finished before the next leap year. So you have 4 years to finish it. So I was aiming on getting 25% done each year, which I have not done. Anyway, I'll show you where I have got to. Let me just find the design. Here it is. So this is what this one will look like completed. I really like it. And this is in a lovely Jessica stitching bag. See, the people that put the labels on, much easier to remember where I got them from. So I think this was a collaboration between Jessica Stitching and Stitchy Ferret. So it's, oh, that's just showing you the thing, but it's a beautiful project bag. And this, I'm stitching on a Chromatic Alchemy fabric. It's an 18 count in the colour Dulcet, and I'm using DMC 820 to stitch this. And this is where I got to so far. This colour is not showing, that's a bit better. It's quite a bright blue. That's a bit better. But yeah, that's as far as I've got so far. So this is, where are we? 259 stitches, which was 1.07%. So this I do have plans for. I would really like to get at least 25% in on this to try and get myself slightly back on track with the leap year stitching. Next is Vintage Black Sampler by Forest Embroidery. And this I started on the 29th of February, no, 29th of April 2024. And this looks like this, and it's absolutely stunning. I love this sampler so much. And I started this in just before May, because I was counting it as a Mermania start. So this I'm stitching on another Chromatic Alchemy piece of 18 count. This is in the colour Bryophyte, and this is where I've got to so far. This colour is not showing at all. That is slightly better. There you go. So this is 734 stitches, which is 3.14%. And I'm stitching this using the Called For Forest threads, which I bought. Let me see if I can show you those. It's a black and grey sort of variegated colour. It's beautiful. So yes, that is my start on that one. I absolutely love it so very much. I love Forest designs. I have so many of them upstairs that really need starting. Okay, next is Southern Seas Beauty by Forest Embroidery. Now this I would really like to finish this year because I did start it for a friend. Where's this one hiding? I think this one lives in Saga. Can I show you what stuff looks like in Saga? Let's see. Not really. I'll pop a picture in of this one because I'm not quite sure that I can get that to show up very well. And this is in a lovely cross-stitch bunny bag. Again, I picked this one because it was just so colourful. And then if I take this out, you can see inside. Oh, I've got threads going everywhere. Isn't it stunning? Right, let's just capture all them threads before I lose them all. So this, I'm using all the Called For Forest threads. Here's some of them that have fallen out the bag. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful colours. All variegated. And this one, I'm stitching on an 18 count fabric from Stitchman Darcy in Tangled Up in Blue. And this is where I'm up to. I started this on the 4th of May 2024. And this is 2,442 stitches, which is 32.84%. So really happy with this one. And I hope, as I say, I really want to get that finished this year. Which I think should be quite easy to do. It's not the biggest stitch. I can do it. I can do that one. What I am noticing is the majority of these projects have really not much work in them at all. So there's nothing that is like near a finish. So I think that is something that I do need to work on. Like just getting some general progress on a lot of projects so I can just move them along a little bit. Get things closer to feeling like I can finish them. Next is Mermaid by Anna X Stitch Art, which looks like, what do you look like? Where are you? Here we are. It looks like this. So it's a lovely black and white mermaid design. It's quite small, so I should be able to finish this year. This I'm stitching on a piece of Chromatic Alchemy 18 count Aquilo, which is the same colour as I'm doing the Autumn Lane Stitchery piece on. It was the just off cut piece from that. Here we go. There we go. That's where we're up to. So it's just like a grayscale colour palette. So again, if I bring that back, it's actually much brighter. This one is still not showing quite as bright, but that's where I'm up to. So not a huge amount done, but I do think this is doable for a finish. And this is started on the 8th of May, and this is 464 stitches, which is 9.09%. Not too bad. Next, we have Mermaids of the Season by Bella Filipina. I don't have a picture of this to hand, I don't think, so I'll pop one in. This I was absolutely desperate to start and have barely done any work on it, obviously. So this I'm stitching on an 18 count linen. No, it's not. It's a 28 count linen from Chromatic Alchemy in the colour Glacier. And I'm going to stitch this as all four as charted. So I think I started on spring. My brain's gone. I started this in the spring block, and all I've done is an outline. There we go, that's a bit better. So I've literally got that first box stitched in, and that's it. Absolutely stunning fabric. I really should put some work into that this year. Maybe at least try and get some of the first mermaid stitched. But that was it'd be my first Bella start, that one. This one is in a lovely turtle face stitches bag. I love this one. It's got like little pirate mermaid people. I love it. Beautiful. Next we have a big full coverage start, and this is another Gecko Rouge kit, and this is B from Lorna Lane. Oh, did I say I started that last one on the 27th of May? I don't know. This one is B, and I started this on, now I have a book that I'd written, that I write down all my projects in. I write what they are, who they're by, the project they're on, the threads that I'm using, the size they are, and when I start them, and then when I finish them. And then when I was going through my book last night, for some reason I hadn't made a note of this, so I had to go back and work out when I started it, and I think it was something like the 19th of June, if I remember correctly. So this is what this one looks like. It is absolutely stunning. I love this so much. So it's B by Gecko Rouge, designed by Lorna Lane. And this, myself and Joe from Blueshy Stitches, we're doing as a stitch along. We just started stitching it between June, July and August this year. And as I said before, Gecko Rouge comes as a kit. So just to show you, like I've like sort of braided these together a little bit, but oh, they look a mess. They don't look that messy in real life, I promise. So yeah, stunning set of colours that all come together. And then I'm stitching this, I think I got this on an 18 count. I'm stitching this 1 over 1, come on, out the bag. I've left this on the Nerge, so obviously had high hopes of getting back to it. And this is where I'm up to. So actually, this is not too bad progress-wise. So this is 5,039 stitches, which is 7.74%. I love it. Absolutely love it. Would really like to put some stitches in this year. It's not going to be finished, but it would be nice to get a little bit further along. So really, really love that one. And this is in another bag that I don't know where it's from, but it's beautiful and perfectly themed for this project. Next is Quaker Pumpkins by Hello from Liz Matthews. This is a paper pattern, so I can show you this one. So for this one, I've made a slight change. I am getting rid of the text, and I'm getting rid of this second grey line going across here and bumping this border up here. So we're just kind of getting rid of the bottom half. So my figures for this are not quite right, because I do have it in Pattern Keeper, and I've like highlighted off all the text that I'm not doing. So I've left this in its Nerge because I was working on it yesterday. there's a piece of fluff on it. There we go. Right, but you can still see roughly where we're up to. So this is where I'm up to. So I've done 4 of the 5 pumpkins, and according to Pattern Keeper, I've done 9,478 stitches, which is 76.26%. But that is not accurate because that is including as if I'd stitched all the text. However, I don't have that much to go. So this I'm stitching on a 40 count. It's Cafe au Lait, and I started this on the 15th of September this year. Again, this was a stitch along that myself and Joe were doing. I know you can't see fully because the edge is on, but you get the gist. So I've only got like 1 more pumpkin and some bits to do, and obviously the border to go all the way around. That one will be finished this year. I've said it. It will be done. I definitely feel like I'm getting a cold, which is just great. Right. And my final start for 2024 is Dino Garden, which is by Una Buena Piazza. I can show you the mock-up for this one, I think. Oh, come here. Pressing the wrong button. There we go. So that's the mock-up. It's so colourful, full of dinosaurs, and I love it. This is in a lovely Turtle Bay Stitches bag. It's dinosaurs, and I absolutely love it. And where are we here? What's that come off? Oh, I'll sort that out later. Right, this is a piece of Darcy Cameron 18 count. He's not called Darcy Cameron, is he? Stitchman Darcy. 18 count Ada in Grey Expectations. And this is where I've got to. So a tiny little start. This is 156 stitches, which is 1.33%. Started this on the 15th of December. And that, you would think, is all my WIPs. However, it's the start of a new year, and at the start of a new year, you've got to start some new things. So I have. So I will show you them, just so we're completely up to date with my stitching. Shall I give you? No, we'll do all the WIPs. Let's just get all the stitching out of the way, and then we'll get into some stats. So on the 1st of January this year, 2025, I started 12 Days of Christmas Stockings by Annie B's Folk Art, which looks like this. And this is the fault of Cross Stitch Jess, because she did these and they are absolutely stunning. So these are charted on 14 count Ada, but Jess has done them on 18 count Ada using 1 strand, and I copied her basically. So I've done the first one. My plan for these is to do 1 per month over the year and get them done this year, and that is the first one done. So stitching these on black 18 count Swigart fabric. I'm using all the colourful colours, and I'm stitching them with 1 strand. I say it's done, it's not quite done, because there is some beads to go in the number 1 and some red beads to go in the berries and on the bird's head. So my plan is to get them done this year. So even though I've finished 1, I'm going to count this as just 1 WIP. So it's still in progress. And this is in another Turtle Bay Stitches bag. I'll just close this over and then I can show you. It's more dinosaurs, because we love a dinosaur. And then I have 1 more WIP to show you, which I started yesterday, which was, what date was it yesterday? The 11th of January. Now, I say yesterday, I don't know if that will be the day that you're seeing this. We'll have to wait and see. Where can I show you this? I'll just put a picture in, that'll be easier. Greenhouse of Oddities by Lola. Now, myself and Joe from Belushi Stitches, I'll tell you about this style now, it makes sense. Right, we're doing a stitch along for this year. We are stitching this throughout the whole year. When this was originally released, it was released as a stitch along with the frame released first and then 11 parts following. My stomach is rumbling, I hope you cannot hear that. So we are using January to stitch the frame, which is what I started yesterday. So please join us. We're stitching the frame in January, and then going forward there are 11 more parts which we will stitch February to December, 1 per month. So hopefully we'll have a lot of greenhouse finishes this year. Obviously, a lot of people have already started this, so please use this as an excuse to pick it up and carry on. Start it with us. Yeah, do what you want, but it'd be really lovely to have people join us for this one this year. We are using the hashtag back to the greenhouse sal. I've already heard of quite a few people that are going to join us on this one, so it would be lovely if you are doing so also. Please let me know. Right, let me actually show you what I've done. So I'm using a piece of 32 count Belfast linen. It's not got a name, but it's by Luella's Fabric, and it's stunning. I love this fabric. I didn't get very far. In fact, I didn't even write down what I finished as last night. Let's find that. So I only put in 234 stitches, which is, it's 3.92% of the frame. And this is where I got to. How beautiful is this fabric? That's annoying, isn't it? I might have to cut that off. So I've started in the bottom left in the end. This fabric's blowing out a little bit. So a tiny start, but this is what I'm going to get back to straight away as soon as I finish filming this and cleaning up this mess. That is all my WIPs done. So let me work this out. What did I do? So at the end of last year, I had 32 WIPs. So I finished 2023 on 32 WIPs. I had 15 finishes this year and 13 starts. So I'm happy with that. I had more finishes than starts, which I am very, very pleased with. So technically I finished 2024 on 30 WIPs. So I actually reduced my WIP count, which I was very, very happy about. Obviously, I've since started 2 more things, so I'm back up to 32, but we'll not talk about that. So yeah, at least I am maintaining roughly. I'm not increased too much. However, that may change this year. I am suffering really badly with the stitchy bug. I've not lost it, that's for sure. I'm suffering with it. I basically just want to start everything. I'm blaming Cross Stitch Mad Sarah partly for this because she's very much going in with an attitude of, why do we have all this stuff in a cupboard? Being afraid that we might not finish things. Just start it all. And then you're definitely not going to finish stuff if it's in a cupboard. You might as well start it and finish it. Well, not finish it, just start it and enjoy it. So I want to start everything, basically. However, I will also struggle with the project overwhelm because going through that just now, there's so many beautiful things I have that I just don't stitch on, which I should do. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just going to see where the year takes me. If I end up increasing my WIP count, so be it. I just enjoy myself, which is, I think that's the way to go. So what I'm going to do is talk you briefly through myself and Joe's plans for the year, because if you haven't been here before, myself and Joe from Belushi Stitches host a lot of stitch-alongs through the year, mainly because we just want to start stuff and do stuff, but we love you guys getting on board with us and joining us. So our plans for the year. So my own plan is 12 days of Christmas stockings, which I think Joe is joining me on, and Kelly from Animal Instinct I think is also joining me on. Let me know if you are. So I'm going to stitch them 1 per month for the year. I just realised my fringe is weird. And our second year long stitch along is obviously Greenhouse of Oddities, going from January all the way through to December. In February, let me bring these over so I can work out what I've got where. In February, we will be doing another Home of a Needleworker stitch along, and we will be stitching this through the months of February, March and April. It's only a tiny design, but we will at some point split this into 3 parts and stitch through the 3 months. And this is Home of a Needleworker by Little House Needleworks. This is what it looks like. So it's only little. Yes, so that is the plan for February, March and April. I am just going to stitch this on this Zweigart Murano 32 count, I think. Oh, that's not helpful, is it? It's just in this like natural colour. So that's my plan for that one. If we get hashtags for these, I will let you know when we decide on them. So that is February, March, April. In May, we will be stitching Mermania, which is just stitch on anything mermaid related through the month of May. So obviously I have a lot of mermaids already started. However, I have one more that I would like to start. And again, Jo is joining me on this one and Kelly is also joining us on this one. And this is a Lorna Lane kit from Gecko Rouge. Let me move that needle minder out the way. Where are you going to go? Sorry for the rustling. Fine, stay there. How beautiful is she? So this will be being started in May this year for Mermania. Then in June, we are having another 3-month stitch along where we are stitching on The Poison Apple by Bella Filipina, which looks like this. And this is the first in their sort of like Disney Princess series. So this is the one we're going to start with, The Poison Apple. And as I say, we're starting this in June and we'll be stitching it on June, July and August. The plan is not to stitch these things solidly for those 3 months. It's just to kind of work on them a little bit throughout those months. So that's this one. I have fabric picked out, which I haven't got with me here. I'm stitching this on, it's like a pinky, pebbly, bluey kind of colour, if I remember correctly. June, July, August, September. So, have I said this already? I don't think I have. So January and September, we are doing Salathon. Salathon is it's basically, Sal is a stitch along. So in January and September, our plan is to work on past stitch alongs. They don't have to be stitch alongs that we've done. It could be other people's stitch alongs that we've started. It's basically, the idea is stitch on things that you started as a Sal and want to either get some work on or get finished. So those 2 months we're using as Salathon catch-up months. October, we are doing Owl Forest October. So stitching on all your Owl Forest charts throughout the month of October. Obviously, I already have quite a few started and there is more I want to start. One of those I have kitted here. I say kitted. Well, yeah, it is kitted. So this is in another Turtle by Stitches bag. More dinosaurs, obviously. So this, I'm going to start, I think it's called Black Roses. Do I have this on here somewhere? Do I? Just talk amongst yourselves for a moment. Let's see if I can get this to work so I can show you. Oh, I'll just pop it in. It'll be much quicker. So Black Roses by Owl Forest Embroidery. I really want to start, and I picked out this fabric to do this on, which is a Loela's fabric, a 40 count linen in the colour Hunt, I think it says. So it's this lovely sort of green kind of colour. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to use this to stitch this in DMC 300, which is, no, it's not 300, it's 500, which is like a dark green colour. So that's my plan for that one. So I really want to start that at some point this year. Whether I will wait till October or start it before, I'm not sure. But that is one of my Owl Forest October plans. And then in November, we are doing Nautical November. So stitch on anything nautical themed. So like boats, water things. We're also going to use mermaids in this as well, I think. So yeah, Nautical November. And then December, we are circling right back round to Dinosaur December. So stitch on all your dinosaur projects in December. I have finished this month's dinosaur project, this year's. Obviously I did start Dino Garden, but I'm sure I will be starting more dinosaurs at the end of the year. The only other thing that I definitely want to start this year that I wanted to show you is I bought this recently at either Create Nostalgia or Nimble Thimble, I forget which one. And this is Glendon Place the Tulip Mandala. So I definitely want to get this started this year. I have this all kitted up with beads and dinky dyes, so I definitely want to start that this year. Right, this is long. This is over an hour of me waffling. The only thing I have left to do is a giveaway. So if you watched my Flossmas, thank you very, 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 very much if you did. I much appreciated it. Ow, I'm getting really sore on my legs now. I'm going to kneel. Right. Yes, thank you very much for watching my Flossmas if you did. Throughout Flossmas, I was unboxing the Stitchy Ferret Advent Calendar and I loved it so very much and I can't wait for another one this year. So in my Advent Calendar, somehow I ended up with 2 Sloth needle minders, so I was doing a giveaway for one of them. So this is said needle minder. So a few people commented on my video and entered that giveaway. So the winner is this person here, which I think is Mad Grandma, if I remember correctly. So Mad Grandma, whoever you are, please drop me a message on Instagram or send me an email. I'll pop both of those in the description below, and send me your address and I'll get that posted out to you. Hugely appreciate you watching. Right, I think that's it. I'm going to leave you to it and pack up all this horrific mess and do some stitching, because I think I need to. And I really want to. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to see what 2025 brings for us all. I just hope it's a really happy, healthy year for everybody. We got lots of stitching done and everything is just wonderful. I'll see you all soon. Bye everyone.